Bugeyed.com. Check out our inventory this week. We've done a few minor changes to some of these cars. This week this is a new white wall setup for Roz. I really like that with the white tonneau. You'll see that in photos on our site. Here's Aiden, and Aiden now has silver wheels. We heard from a few people that didn't like the red wheels on this car. A sensational car, and now with silver wheels. But this short video is about this car, Hank, which is more of a driver quality Bugeye. It's one that we've got at a very reasonable price, and we're looking forward to sending this to a new home, someone who's less fussy about the cosmetic details. But in spite of that, we've made many of the details much nicer this week. And the main thing that we've corrected is the seat. The seat pan was poorly repaired by the restorer. They were trying to get away with it. We put in a new pan, and it rectified those wrinkles that were on the seat bottom. So the seats actually look quite nice here, and they're quite comfortable. And that's been a nice improvement this week. We've also cleaned up the interior. The interior really looks quite nice, and that's a nice asset to the car. We've put on new knobs, the W and H knobs, so that's also been restored to the way it would have looked. And that's a really nice steering wheel too, by the way. As far as the body of this car, it looks great. It presents beautifully. There are no marks or issues in the paint. It's not an exceptional paint job, but it's a very good paint job. Of course, we have these two higher-end cars next to Hank, and you know, those would be, if someone wanted to invest in a higher-end paint job, that's the way to go. The body lines are good on this car. As with most Bugeyes, there's a little bit of a gap in the nose fit, and that's pretty common. I think that in general this car was a little bit more of an amateur restoration, but again, it's really adequate and fine, and for the price point I think it's right in there. You can see evidence of some rivets on this panel and a little bit of filler right here as well. But again, I think that the restorer did a good job with that. It lines up well. It's not something that concerns me. The floors were also replaced, and there are some rivets that were used for that job. Not textbook, not the way we would do it, but more than adequate for someone who's looking for a nice Bugeye they can drive at a very reasonable price. Coming around this side, you'll see also, again, a good luster on Hank's paint. You can see the reflections in the lights, and a nice straight body on this side as well. And this door jamb, if we can get you in here, it's a little tight. You can just see there are also a few rivets under the paint here for a repair that was done in this door jamb, and a little bit of a repair here, but this is a common issue in terms of door chafe. But we've adjusted, or he adjusted it, who had it before us, and the door line looks pretty good. Over here on the nose, same thing. It's really about average in terms of what you see on Bugeyes. The beading is in good shape on this car as well. We don't see any real imperfections along there. These are decals which would come off with a heat gun if you wanted, or you could leave them as is. It has wind wings which are nice. We've just repaired the tonneau, and I'll have a still photo of that on the website. And then there's also this interesting little hatch in the back to protect your contents in the boot if you wanted. I'll have pictures of that on the website as well. So that's a little tour of Hank, a nice driver. New knobs on the dash as I mentioned, great steering wheel, nice clean tidy cockpit, an 1100 engine that was recently rebuilt, and a new rebuilt transmission as well. Hank from Bugeyed.com.